Today's flight test mission or test flight mission will be a vertical takeoff, followed by a transition to forward flight, short forward flight, and then a quick transition back to Vtol, and then landing. So taking off right here, forward flight back behind me, and a Vtol back down. So Vtol, forward flight. Sorry, I'm going backwards. Vtol, forward flight, Vtol, land. Let's see if we can just get that transition going. Next follow-on test flights, we will attempt longer flight times. But for right now, we don't have a lot of control surfaces on here to control the craft in the forward flight or plane mode. So we're going to do a 60% transition of the fans, just to maintain proper lift and so forth. But just to make it a lot easier to fly, we're going to do a full forward transition of the fans, and yeah, stay tuned. Let's see what we get. Of course, has to count out every damn cell. All right, let's test out our transition. Like I say, we're just going to do a 60%. Actually, I need to. Ooh, it's a good thing we looked at that. We have to tighten that up real quick. But like I said, we're only doing a 60% or so, 45% or so transition to maintain good lift as we attempt the forward flight right ahead of us, and then of course a Vtol to land. So Vtol from here. So we're going to Vtol from this location. Lift up into the air, transition to forward flight, Vtol, land. Stay tuned. I got to do a little quick repair, tighten these fans up. And don't get it twisted, I didn't say we weren't going to crash at all, because it is highly likely that we will crash. Very highly likely, I'm just saying. Just trying to make sure we get some good angle so we can get good footage. All right, let's do it. All right, something ain't right. We ain't getting enough thrust. All right, the compass is getting thrown off by this fucking whatchamacallit up here, so we gotta relocate the compass to a location where it's not going to be affected by electronics up in the front. Alright, we'll get one more thrust test, and then we're going to go ahead and break from there and recharge, because it's going to need a recharge after this. Alright, we're losing thrust again. So let's check that out. Alright, after review, I should say, after test flight review. And sorry it's a little dark in here, so I'll step out into the light, but we tried a VTOL takeoff, but we didn't produce enough thrust, and therefore we got to go ahead and cut the test flight short. Most likely it's that front left or front right ESC that it's failing. We have had two 120 amp Chaos Creations ESCs on the front end there, but it turns out they are not powerful enough, or not capable of providing enough thrust or providing enough amps for those front fans. So what we got to do is order, just like we replaced that other ESC, we got to replace the opposite motor 3 ESC into a 160 amp ESC, which will give us the proper thrust, proper amps to be able to lift that craft off the ground without any problem. So, all being said, we cut test flight short. We need a 160 amp ESC instead of 120 amp we have in the front. So I already changed one of the 120 amp ESCs out, and we're probably going to do our test flight to get that new ESC in. Now, I use just some Chinese ESCs called Fly Dragon or some Flying Dragon or something, but they're 160 amp and the other one's performing well, so why not go ahead and order another one to match it? And we may end up replacing all of them with those type of ESCs. Now, the two rear ESCs are the ESCs that are recommended by the manufacturer of those fans, Jinping, whatever. So they've been working fine. I mean, I haven't had any problems with them. Then again, we haven't done enough tests with them to determine if they are causing any problems. But so far, so good. We've had plenty of test flights, and they perform well, and they've done what they need to do. So in the near future, we probably will upgrade the lift system, upgrade the power system, because I'm just not seeing the performance and the observing the results that I'm looking for. So we're going to probably go to 18 cell